So when I do these hair clay mats and mat my hair down, then it really accentuates the negative aspects of my skull shape. You can see the temples, right, the bald temples. You see how slanted they are, that slope. And then where I have hair, you see how flat that is. All right, this is the common characteristic of all men with receding hairlines. You notice their temples are at an angle, and where they have hair, it's still flat. There's another aspect I want to show you. All right, so I think, anyway, you see my forehead radius. Down here, it's very broad. Right, the curvature is gradual. Then as you go up, that curvature becomes more and more acute. Right, broad, up here, acute. Right, it's much more rounded here, sharper radius than down here. So you have this like tapering effect. Right, and you can see it here, like the curvature up. Right, as I go up the forehead, the curvature becomes more and more acute. The radius becomes more and more sharp. You see, like, why does that happen? Well, I'm supposing that, like, because it's so angled here, I think there must be some upward push in the center area. And then you can see from this angle, I have some bulging in the forehead. So I think it's some sort of combination of bulging here and bulging here that creates these really sharp slope. Because when I was a kid, when I had hair here, like this had to be flatter. And everyone with hair here, sorry, I'm looking at the screen. I can't really focus on the lens. It's hard to distract it with the screen. Not a good video maker. So like when I was a kid, this had to be flatter. Right? Everyone with hair has flat temples. Everyone with hair on their temples has flat temples, right? It's us with receding hairlines who have these sloped temples. So it must be that this has changed over time. And how does that change? Well, it's got to be some upward push here and maybe some outward push here to create that some three-dimensional metamorphosis in that would cause the sloping of the temples. Right, broad, much more acute. Tapering skull. It's tapering up to the top. The more this rounds out and gets more and more acute, the more this will recede back. You can see from this angle too. Like this is another aspect of skull shape that causes the receding hairline. Like the more gradual this curves, your front of your forehead curves, the further back your hairline is going to be. Right. So people with strong hairlines, they have a very vertical forehead, and then the top of their head is flat, and it changes direction fast. Like it's not like that sharp, but like, it's flat, and then it turns sharply to vertical. Right. The more vertical your forehead is, then the sharper your hairline is going to be. So my approach is, I have to recontour my forehead and the top of my skull so that I get a sharper hairline or sharper skull shape, sharper change in direction at the hairline. And that's what I want to figure out how to do. So I got to push this back, make this more vertical, and push this down at the same time. And I mean, that's just like the most simple way I could think of, like, how do you make, if my skull were just like putty and I could mold it, I'd push this back and I'd push this down. Oh, hey, Boom Boom. You got your fake phone? Hello? You see Boom Boom here. She's got receding hairline too, but she'll grow out of it naturally. But you see that there's a rounding, see how round her forehead is? Whoop. Rounds back here. That's why she's got a high hairline and a receding hairline, because this bulge is affecting the contours of her skull. Once this flattens out, this is already flattening out. Once this flattens out too, she's going to have that sharper contour at the hairline. She's going to grow hair. And that'll just happen naturally. For me, I got to figure out how to do it. All right. So the best idea I've come up with so far is push this back and push this down. If you have a better idea, let me know. And if you're wondering why I'm doing a clay mask, I do these occasionally, and I don't expect them at all to regrow a receding hairline. Right? That has to do with contours. But part of this contour problem is what I think what's going on. I used to think it was blood flow, so I was focused on blood flow. How do I increase blood flow to my scalp? Now I don't think that's so much the case. It doesn't make sense that the way your hairline recedes, that it would be a blood flow issue for a number of reasons. And I have those on my website, and maybe I have them talk about it in another video. I'm pretty sure I do. But I think rather that it's a matter of life force flow. Right? The life force isn't getting to the hair anymore because the body has reclassified these temples, these sloped temples, as forehead. Right? They fit the definition of forehead more than the top of the head. Right? The top of the head, the body knows is flat. Right? When the skull gets flat, and then I grow hair on it. That's how the body thinks. But when it starts sloping down the front of the face, when it starts sloping down, when your skull shape starts sloping down your face, then the body knows, oh, that's forehead, and I don't grow hair on a forehead. All right, so this, I think, and then I think it shuts off the life force flow. That's my theory anyway. So what I'm trying to do is encourage as much life force flow back to the hair as possible. And maybe not, I'm not going to get these hairs so much, but the existing hair, maybe that'll help. And the way I think it'll help is like, we store a lot of heavy metals in our hair, and we store trauma, and heavy metals may be a form of trauma. But I think like the more heavy metals and toxins we can extract from the hair, the more life force is going to be flowing to the hair and through the hair, and it'll have better hair. And I don't think this will help that much, but I think it maybe will do something. It's just part of like a whole, like bundle of, I don't know how to extract it, just like a lot of treatments will help this. And I think this is just one that could help, but not really that much, but I still do it. And it makes for a decent video. And if you're, if you're interested in doing clay hair masks, so the idea with clay is like it's earth, the earth is negatively charged, and so that'll pull out anything that's positively charged, which toxic stuff in your body is positively charged. So theoretically, the clay mask, you poo-poo? Or you got a boo-boo? Sorry, I gotta check the, no, she didn't. Did you get a boo-boo? No, she just said boo-boo. I'm gonna finish up this video. So yeah, the earth is negatively charged, so like that naturally pulls out positively charged things in your body, which are toxins are positively charged. So you eat clay, that goes to your body, pulls out positively charged toxins. You walk barefoot on the earth, that'll pull out positively charged toxins. Do a magnesium foot bath, that'll pull out positively charged toxins. This targets the hair specifically, will pull out positively charged toxins from your hair. And then we do store heavy metals on hair. That's why people do hair mineral analysis, right, to figure out if they have heavy metal toxicity. So if you're interested in doing a clay mask, I think, but I'm using this stuff from like this guy Morocco Method. He has this like cool lunar calendar that like tells you when to cut your hair to like energize it, like give it like kind of an acupuncture treatment. Like it's like you can thicken it and strengthen it and lengthen it and beautify it or whatever, based on like the lunar calendar, like different times a month. Anyway, I got his like clay mask stuff because I was buying a bunch of shampoos and stuff for like gifts for Christmas. So I'll put that as an affiliate link in the description. If you don't know how an affiliate link works, how it works is like what Amazon does is they like price gouge the shit out of you, and then I get like 100% of the profits. Right? So I'm making like tons of money off this like $15 thing of like hair clay. But you could actually like make your own. I think it's just like bentonite clay and a mix of these like other herbs. So like if you just like go to the store and get some bentonite clay and like put in your hair, that'll probably work too. And you don't have to get the shit price gouged out of you, for lack of a better term. That's it. All right.